He makes life difficult for others, but he thinks of my comfort. You know, thoughtlessness about the burden I'm being on others is one of the primary characteristics of the race of Adam. It's not adultery and murder. We don't do those things. Are you thoughtless? You don't think about the burden you're being to other people? That is the proof that you're saying to God, I don't believe that my old man should be crucified. I think I'm okay. A true Christian is very thoughtful and considerate about the people he lives with. Always, he's trying his best not to be a burden to others in the church. He's always seeking. He may not do it perfectly, but his heart, his desire is that. I want to, as far as possible. That's how Jesus was. Have you noticed one little thing it says about Jesus? I don't have time to show it to you. When he rose up from the dead, it says there that the napkin that was around his head was neatly folded and kept there. You think the angel did it or you think Jesus did it? What do you think? You think the angel did it or Jesus? Jesus. Why did he do it? Why not just throw it around like the way you throw some of your clothes around in your home? Why did he fold it neatly and keep it there? I'll tell you, because that's the way he always did it from the time he was a child. That's the way he always did it. And I learned something from that for myself. That I've been in different homes, and I say that's the way I must keep the room I stay in. I remember I lived in a home when I was a young naval officer. I visited somebody's home, and that was more than 40, 42, 43 years ago. And that family's daughter, who's a grown-up person now, told me, she said, my mother remembers one thing about you when you came to our home 42 years ago. That when you got out of bed, your bed was neatly done and folded and kept. That if somebody came to the room was all tidy. You know where I learned that from? From Jesus. Holiness is consideration for other people. I'm not saying cleanliness is the most important thing. It's true, cleanliness is next to godliness. But my point is, we can be very careful about so many things concerning ourselves. Like, I want to drink filtered water. It's good, because I don't want to get sick. But what about consideration for other people? What about you children? Are you considerate about your parents at home? The old man is not at all considerate. Not at all considerate. I think many of us, I've been guilty of this, many of us husbands are very inconsiderate about our wives. So when I say, Lord, I agree, this old man is corrupt, good for nothing, has to be crucified, I agree, I want to accept my position as dead, buried with Christ, and then I will experience what it is to be seated in the heavenly places. Many of us would like to sit in the heavenly places, but the old man can never sit in the heavenly places. If you believe the old man is still fit to live, why, you got to live in the earthly places then. And that's why so many people today preach a gospel of earth. Every blessing is earthly. For in Israel it was like that. Every blessing was earthly. Why? Because the old man was not crucified in Old Testament times. It's only when Jesus died the old man was crucified. So what could you tell people whose old man was still alive? We'll bless you with earthly things. I mean, what do you offer a little child as a reward? A chocolate or a toy? You can't offer a toy to a 25-year-old person. No. In the same way, in the Old Testament, God had to bless Israel with toys and things like that, wealth and prosperity and health and all that, to make them happy. But now that we are mature, God treats us like sons. The old man is crucified. We are raised up and seated with Christ in the heavenly place. I'll tell you this, you will know what it is to live in the heavenlies when you accept God's verdict on your old man. I agree with you 100%, Lord. This old man is utterly corrupt, evil, fit to be crucified and buried. I accept it, and I'm going to reckon myself to be like that every day. You'll suddenly find yourself lifted up to heavenly place.